What's up, beasts? Welcome back to our video today. We're going to talk about open workout 20.1, my performance, and specifically, thoughts, pros, cons, etc. What I could have done better. Let's get right into the video. Before we start the video, plug in for today, Absolute Beast shirts are live. Go to www.afterbarbells.com/products/Absolute Beast. There's t-shirts, there's muscle tees, there's different colors, sizes. They're about $30, which is pretty cheap for a shirt. But grab yours now, become part of the crew, and let's get into the video. So 20.1, if you've been living under a rock, it's essentially a couplet of movements, clean and jerk slash snatches, 8 reps there, 10 bar facing burpees, 10 rounds, or a 15-minute cap. Now, this workout was, it was definitely different for the starting workout of the year. It was very intense, and it was very similar to something that we do like a 19.5, where it's just balls to the wall strategy, very minimal, but just kind of moving consistently for 10 to 15 minutes depending on our fitness level. So yeah, it was a pretty rough workout, and it was interesting because for them to put clean and jerk slash snatch in the first movement of the open means that we'll highly likely see those movements again. So our heavy barbell movements this year, maybe a thruster, maybe a deadlift, not really many other movements they can really bring from that. So it'll be interesting to see what else Dave Castro throws into the mix. But the workout off the bat, it was interesting because firstly we get to see Rich Froning, Scott Panchek do the workout. I think for me, when I was watching them, it gave me a good idea of, hey, sending this one may not be a good idea from the get-go. So that was what created my pacing for the workout and gave me an idea of going into it. Now, a bit of a disclaimer as well, I only attempted this workout once. With all the other workouts in the earlier year, I did 2-3 times. I'm only going to attempt these ones once, only if I'm really unhappy with like a lift or my performance, where I'll give it a second go. But once, one and done, yeah, let's see how we go. So let's jump into the video. Let's talk about pros. So you'll see a couple of rounds of the start and then the end of my workout. I mean, we all know what's coming. It's pretty repetitive. So let's try and keep it interesting. Pros of the workout. My starting pace was fairly good. So to start off with, I think I held almost sub-minute rounds. Could have went a little bit slower. Could have paced myself a little bit better. It was kind of the open crowd in the moment kind of thing that I went a little bit too hard to start, but it was fine because I did kind of recover pretty well and was able to maintain my pace for the entirety of the workout. So that was a pretty good start. Secondly, clean and jerks. I think for me personally, going clean and jerks rather than a snatch was a real brilliant idea. Like, I can snatch 43 fairly easy, but in a long workout with plenty of barbell cycling, I don't feel like it would have been the best choice for me. And I got to watch Evan do his attempt 1 at the workout before, and just watching him snatch the bar and him starting to struggle as he got to the later rounds, I was like, if Evan's struggling, then what chance am I going to have to be able to hold this bar? Yes, snatches were faster, but if I was able to stay unbroken on all of the rounds of clean and jerks, I mean, surely my time would have been quicker. So I would never know. But I was like, yeah, if this is going to be my one and only attempt, I'm going to go clean and jerks, go the safe route, see how I go. And I was able to hold on to all 10 rounds of clean and jerks unbroken. A couple of rounds, I think I lost my grip at the bottom, but it's still like, it was not enough time that you would have noticed me popping the bar down, re-gripping and going again. So that was really good. And it was such an easy weight to grip and rip at any level of fatigue. So I feel like that was a really great part of my performance in the workout. Probably third pro, which is a huge one for me personally, and you guys might be able to relate, is I didn't chalk up once. In any workout I've ever done, I live in the chalk bucket. My hands get a little bit sweaty and I'm like, nah, fuck that. Get me some chalk, start rubbing my hands down. I'm like, I usually do it as like an excuse to take a rest most of the time. Generally it's because I don't use wrist wraps, hand guards, sweatbands, and the sweat just like the Australian heat, just the sweat leaks all over your hands and just makes you just real greasy and slippery. But I told the guy scoring me, Steve, I'm like, don't let me chalk up at any point of this workout. Do not allow me to chalk up, because that would just blow my time out of the water. So it was good. I kept to that strategy, kept to it, and that was probably a really good part of the workout. And then finally, from the pro side of things, the little bit of rest I took between each round, Steve was giving me 5 seconds to start after each round, and 6 seconds, and 7 seconds, then 8 seconds, etc. I think it really helped. It helped stay consistent on the workout, helped me keep attacking the bar, and stopped me from taking any unnecessary rest. Round 8 was probably my worst round, and for most people I think as well, if they did get through the whole workout, round 8 was about the point where you're like almost dead. And then you get that like shimmer of light, that second win when you see round 9, round 10 come up, and you're like just like start to get energy that you didn't even know you had, and complete the workout. But yeah, round 8, my burpee, I think my round was like, I'll have to work it out. It was like a minute 30, if not more. It was worse. It was really bad. It was terrible. My burpees were just slow as hell. So yeah, round 8 wasn't great, but at the same time, you know, staying with that, like with that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go kind of theme with the rest, it really helps me stay persistent, consistent with the bar, and not kind of walk away, go on a tangent, and not come back to, you know, the workout itself. So they're probably the pros for myself personally, and hopefully you guys had some pros out of the workout too. You guys got some good things. If you did, let me know down below where you guys did well in the workout. Well, specifically, we don't care about the negatives. I'll tell you my negatives, but I don't care about yours. I only care about the positives, the things that you got from this workout, the things you learned about yourself, about your abilities, etc. Let's move on to the cons. The negativities, the little negative Nancy's of the workout, things that I could have improved if I had a reattempt, things I would have done differently, etc. So off the bat, I would have taken a slower pace on the first 3-4 rounds. I think I averaged 48 to 50 second rounds to start. Not a good idea. Should have stayed about a minute 05. I would have been better. I would have held a better pace throughout the workout. But in the moment, wasn't the kind of the goal. It was like, whoo, 20.1, let's get it, baby, let's go. So I hit the open pretty hard. So yeah, that probably went a little bit too hard out the gate, but that's okay. You know, next time I know, a little bit slow, not so fast. Second negative was dumping the bar actually really affected the way my workout went. You'll see a couple of rounds where I've dropped the bar from the top and it's bounced and it's moved to the side, and I've had to try to readjust myself, and it's pretty freaking annoying. I was trying to drop the bar the other way. I was trying to throw it the opposite way when I did get into a bad spot, and because the room was so tight with so many people around, you just can't afford to do that through a workout. So probably a bit of a smarter thing when I did drop the bar would have been to just, you know, bring it back to the chest like all your good coaches say, and don't dump it from the roof. But that's okay. It was just, it is what it is, you know what I mean? Kind of like an accident in the moment. Probably the final con, me personally, probably just making sure that I would have sent the last 2 rounds, not just the final round, because you definitely see a huge increase in my pace. Like it was like 10:55 or 10:56 when I just started my final round. So I completed a round under a minute at that fatigue that I was at 9th, 10th round in, to be able to push to that point where I was able to get the work done. Probably would have liked to started the send at round 9 and then like just continued that pace, like ramp it up slowly and get to that point where, you know, we're at that last little 1 or 2 rounds and I'm just smashing through clean and jerks, smashing the burpees. But also, you know, you can say all this good stuff like I wish I could have done that, should have done this, woulda, shoulda, coulda, etc. But at the same time, like you're not in the same position that you were in that spot that you were in the open workout. You're not hurting as much as you were. You know, it's easier to say things when you're fresh, you're comfortable, you know, you're living the dream. But when you're in that moment, that cave, that pain cave specifically, and your lactic acid's high, your heart rate's through the roof, it's really easy to make decisions, you know, but where in the moment, you just kind of go with what you've got. So, but overall, very, very happy with my performance in the open. Yeah, not the greatest performance, you know, out there, but for me specifically to start the open, recent past, I haven't had the best start to the open, normally in the top 7, 8, 900s for the overall positioning in Australia. So to have a top 100-ish finish to start off with is good for my confidence, firstly, and my ego. But we'll get to see. Open workout 20.2, what do you think it is? Me personally, let's call it, it'll be two very similar things I'm gonna look at. Either some total bar gymnastics is gonna fly in, total chest to bars, something like that, with like an overhead lunge, like a barbell overhead lunge. Something similar to that, maybe like something similar to 16.1, I think it is, with the overhead lunge, chest to bar burpee, but of course it's not gonna be burpees. But other than that, I'm also thinking something like a 15-3, like a separator workout. 7 muscle ups to start, just to knock people off the block, thinking they've got a chance in 20.1. Yeah, everyone can do the workout. 20.2, screw you, if you can't do gymnastics, get out. So I think hopefully something like that would be awesome, or some heavy deadlifts would be cool as well. That's all for our video today, guys. Enjoy the content like normal. Hit like, hit subscribe, share the content with someone that you think deserves to watch it, deserves to watch me suffer. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy your week, and I should see you guys on Friday. Stay a beast.